Let's talk a little bit about Google Drive. If you're starting from classroom.google.com, which I highly recommend you do as a virtual student, you're going to click this Applications button over here and click Drive. Drive is essentially Google's storage place. Think of it like the cloud. Anytime you create something in one of the G Suite applications, whether that's Google Docs, Google Slides, Google Sheets, Google Drawings, etc., it will all end up here. People like to organize their drives in a variety of different ways. You will see that I chose to organize mine using a number, and then I have some folders color-coded. Anytime you see a little person on the folder, that means it's a shared folder. So this TC Theater folder, a lot of different people have access to. So I have all of my folders clearly labeled. There's another one that's a shared folder so that I can see everything pretty clearly. As you're taking a look at these folders, you're going to notice a yellow folder called Classroom. Just like you can access all of your assignments from Google Classroom, you can also access those same assignments from your Google Drive. So any class that I am enrolled in, or in my case that I'm teaching, I can see in this classroom folder. I can then open up that classroom folder and I can see all of the assignments associated with that class. This will look way simpler for you as you're just one student with hopefully 8 to 10 classes. But it's a great thing to know that that's there. Back in your drive, let's take a look over here on the left-hand side. So when you're looking at the left-hand side of your drive, you have some options. First, you can create something new. You can create a new folder. That's how I made all these folders to organize my information. You can upload a file so that you could share it with someone or access it from anywhere. You can upload a whole folder from a computer or from perhaps a flash drive so that you have access to it on your Google Drive. You can create a Google Docs, Google Sheets, Google Slides, and more. Underneath that new button, you have a priority button. So if you want, you can denote some documents or folders as priority. I don't have anything prioritized at the moment, so we're not going to worry too much about that. Then you have your drive, which is where we are right now. Beneath that, you have shared drives. If I click on that, I have a few shared drives from a project we did with the 8th graders 2 years ago where they worked with a school from Illinois. If you want to make a shared drive with a group of classmates for a group project, this is a really great resource. Below your shared drives, you have a tab called Shared with Me. In that Shared with Me tab is anything that anybody has shared with you. So all of these folders and documents are things that students have shared with me within Google Drive. Under that Shared with Me tab are your recent files. So if you're wanting to access something you know you just had open, that's a great resource. Then you have things that are starred, and finally, you have your trash. If you want to throw something away, or even better, if you have accidentally thrown something away. Going back to my drive, something else I want to point out is the Search in Drive feature. Say I'm looking for a particular student's assignment. I can look up Mrs. Gist, and I can see everything that talks about Mrs. Gist in it. Or perhaps I want to find a syllabus that was shared with me if I was a student. I can search 7th grade syllabus, and if it was shared with me, that would show up. And I can open the document right from there. So hopefully that gives you a few tips on how to navigate your Google Drive. Make sure it's nice and organized. Have a great day, and let me know if you have any questions.